breaker in the first round, leading Providence 4-1, losing 5-4 right here on. UCLA continues to work that left flank.
Samuels is so comfortable with the ball at his feet.
It's Bergman to Wild.
Look how comfortable both these certainly is one of them.
So here we go, overtime, folks, and here's the deal. Maryland trying to get something going here offensively, and boy, Chris, when you said 18-18, you weren't kidding. Each team will go about 30-40 yards, and this pass. UCLA continues to work that left flank. Score tied at 2. There was overtime last year, finished in 1-1, and overtime 2 years ago in front of that record crowd with Sebastian Elney. UCLA staying with it, though. Looked like they're going to be a bit unlucky. That 12th man that on is paying off, including Gordon Wild, who was chasing down that back line. UCLA, though, on the transition. One of those off the head of Powell, and Powell goes down. Powell's featured prominently, called for that handball earlier. This is a good ball, though, for UCLA. Bergman coming forward there, earning the whistle. Taken away, though, by UCLA. 14.
Coaching in the locker room and an opportunity for Maryland to play a little more of their game in the attacking half of the field and find some shots.
Sadu calling to get it back. Pines, you said it.
For the entire opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think he's skirting that line, and he's making the run before the ball even comes. Great work by the other Iloski, by Eric Iloski. And you got to like that when a defender gets back into the defensive position, sees that he can win the header, but just doesn't head it up and out, actually finds a teammate with.
Alex Knox come back in and say 7-8 minutes. We'll know it was just a short breather for the Wake Forest transfer as he heels it back, and now UCLA can get their shape and settle in with a little possession. Runs all over the place to maybe even get out of that space and leave it for somebody else. Sadu.
Garcia turns, pass intercepted. There's Eric Iloski. He's on the spot. Sends it towards his brother Brian Iloski. The kick. So they were sluggish against Creighton. But since then, they haven't really looked back from that. 4 to the year, 5 times. Nothing doing on the free kick. Engine room helps makes things go for the Bruins. That's the Cal mascot. Brian Iloski to Herrera. Eric Iloski. Hear the communication on the field. Cal shoring up its defensive efforts and organization. Finding Jose Carrera Garcia, lets it roll through to Epstein, and instead taken away by UCLA. He keeps it. Chips away, but instead rolls back. UCLA able to keep it. Martinez wasn't a step behind when these two teams met on October 13th of last year. He's the one who scored the game-winning goal 2 seconds left. All he does is text and drive. I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Third corner kick for UCLA. Vega and Codono, bit of hand fighting. Rebekini and Morton have done their share of being in the right place at the right time defensively. Cal with a 4-match win streak at stake. Taken off by Bachland.
Iloski. And a loose ball.
16 for Wake Forest, who played coincidentally Stanford in that national championship.
Iloski finds a loose ball about 35 yards out. The other Iloski, Brian Iloski, now with the ball in on his feet, looking to combine with Milan. Nice little 1-2, and you see the acceleration from Brian Gunrich to recycle the runs back around. Bryce, a little bit of footwork there as he matches up on the far side against Eric Iloski.
Good D. Nice step in, good takeaway, dispossess. Quick move by Brian's younger brother, Eric Iloski. Last year's Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, and rightfully so.
Here's Holt. This is in 2 of their last 3 games out. And goals have been hard to come by, as both those losses have been by shutout. Iloski waits for the younger brother on the overlapping run. Martinez and Chavez inside the area. Burst of speed, looking to push it across. Right now, here's Baird, seeing what he can find as things open up.
Saw him play at those levels in that U17, the men's national team. And the coaching staff.
This is younger brother Milan. Back for Brian. Waiting for further help. Little triangle, bring it into the feet of Milan Iloski. Excuse me, Brian Iloski. This is Milan. First time through for Eric. Again, the trio of brothers combining for UCLA. Positive first touch from Iloski to find the older brother.
Year off and playing club soccer before he began his collegiate career so they could enter UCLA together. Three newcomers, Eric Iloski, Brandon Turveg. Back to Paoli with Mitch Hammer lurking. Iloski, Eric Iloski. Eric Iloski, the brother Brian, back to Eric. Eric Iloski with his right foot.
Be a lot of running and a lot of extra work, but how you can make up for that to keep the game even is communication.
Here's Brian Iloski. Iloski.
Excellent job by Rogers to get down and see these balls coming through, and Iloski's finding those.
All 4 on the back line for UCL are underclassmen, although Matt Powell, a redshirt sophomore, so he's been with the program for 3 years. Brian Iloski. He's got Christian
players. We want the ball. You know, if you're just running, you feel like you're in a track meet.
Milan Iloski to Eric Iloski. Over to Brian with a chance.
Just past that splits defenders. It always seems to be just a fraction off.
Eric trying to spring. Brian Iloski. Brian, and for Brian Iloski.
Well, that's a great ball that's put through. There's just a great weighted down that back line of UCLA a bit. You know, let them run it out and then put in some fresh legs with your 2 starting strikers.
Milan Iloski back to Eric Iloski. Turvega. 3 true freshmen there. The 2 Iloskis and Turvega. Turvega ahead. Eric Iloski.
Great ball by Holt out of the back. That's what Coach Sessler wants to see from him and sees continuously. That's what he's talking about. The ball from the back.
Osworth cut out by Paleo. Eric Iloski, good turn from him. Get around Casey French. Iloski.
Ignition, this a little bit more sense of urgency and go quickly forward for UCLA. And I think
it's back on again with 20 minutes to play here, less than 20. UCLA have the ball back again. Paleo. We are in our final minute of action here. Eric Iloski throws Sadu on the left.
18 guys off that roster, and announcers have brought it up in every game this year because when you lose.
And I think when you're talking offense, If you talk about a number 10, either with the number of the shirt on their back or wear that tonight.
Do they need Herrera to hold the ball a little bit more, wait for numbers to get forward?
At times, but actually he does both. He will make diagonal runs in behind the back four of San Diego State.
Trevega up the touchline. Good speed. San Diego State needs to stop ball all the way through. Three losses.
And there's no win, so it is perfect for these guys out there.
It was punishing the first.
So you have to find a way to fill those shoes. I mean, every team deals with injuries, but that is part of the equation of why it's been a tough start to Pac-12 play for them.
Yeah, you know who wants to. It becomes more important when we're into the second half, and for San Diego State, it is most important. The Aztecs are 0 and years, that's for sure. Doesn't look like a freshman. Chipped in, there's Brian Iloski, a shadow.
Well, and I think because of that, so many times in the first half, we saw him dip all the way back in front.
To UCLA, soccer at sundown. Jim Watson, Mark Rogandino live on the Pac-12 network. And still waiting on the initial score. Both sides have had their chances. Anderson, a lot of them. Milan Iloski, last time he was in that corner against Washington, got the game-winning assist. Back post feed, loose ball. Milan Iloski trying to create something and looking for help to do it.
I think you said it in the first half, Jim. At times UCLA becomes a little lopsided and heavy with their attack on the left side. They've done that so far here. Not that they're not getting anything out of it, though.
Sato able to keep it to Eric Iloski, who has space, cuts it back. A lot.
Yeah, Eric Holt can play either in that defensive sitting center midfield spot, or he can also go back there as one of the two center backs, which he's been doing all night here tonight. And look, now you're seeing San Diego State all of a sudden press a little bit higher. Can they force a turnover in the UCLA half, where most of the second half they were sagging back to midfield and waiting for the Bruins to...
Against Adams, just trails him all the way out. Brian Iloski, always looking to create some magic. Rolls it forward to his little brother Milan, Pac-12 Player of the Week. Back to the top, shot and a winner!
Missed a good portion of last season with a broken hand, but came on post. Can Langsdorff get there? Baird with the head on it. Silva way off his line. Able to get back in UCLA, able to get it out of there.
That was a great first save from Silva, though. Because otherwise, that was going to be a goal.
Silva coming into this match with 14 saves in his career against Stanford.
Guys that are playing at that high of a level. And that's where you have to say that, both of these schools have actually done very well to have squads filled with this much talent and be able to keep those players around.
Well, and that said, that's been an issue. Managed by Stanford alum A.J. Hinch. And, for me personally, the ties go even deeper than that. In California, takes it back out wide to the far side. Sprinting, Eric Iloski keeps it alive, blocked by Moshe Rafa. Is underway. Bryce Mary. Turn. Here's Herrera. Waits for help and gets it. Brian Iloski looks around, looks for his brother Eric Iloski, served up outside. Martinez.
Francisco Perez had it, now UCLA with it. Eric Iloski.
Everything's so organized defensively.
Little break here. Here comes Eric Iloski. Let's see what he does. Gets it almost into the penalty area, knocked out. But, as somebody who played, Kelly, when you got in that spot, did you have to remind yourself to calm down a little? Try to get it to Milan. Here's Eric. All the Iloskis are out there now. And Milan, see the athleticism of Drake Callender there. Milan.
Opened.
And as Coach Salcedo looks on.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Eric